everybody, and welcome to Live Interactive English. That is Winnie.
And that is Shane.
Hi.
I'm really tired.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I need a pick-me-up. How about some coffee?
Coffee. Okay, your treat, right?
I paid last time.
You paid last time?
Yeah, I paid
Okay,
last
I know. Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Tie, one more time. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Shane, what is that?
That's a heart.
I know it's a heart, okay? I know that's very popular.
Yeah, but it means I love you, so that means that you should buy the coffee.
You're very outdated, Jane.
This is outdated?
That is outdated. There's a new version.
What's the new version?
A 2.0 version, and it is...
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's like that?
Yep.
Oh my
This
goodness.
is gone.
It's so hard to keep up with what Koreans are doing.
They are very trendy. But speaking of Koreans,
Yeah.
our topic of the day is Korea, South Korea.
Right, Seoul. So we're going to be soul searching, discover the capital of South Korea. Part 1. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
South Korea is the land of world-famous pop music and TV dramas. A trip to this Asian country should start in its lively capital, Seoul. The city is known for its unique mix of traditional culture and modern features, and it has something for everyone. Seoul is home to 5 palaces, and the most impressive one is Gyeongbokgung. Built in 1395, the palace grounds include over 300 buildings that are excellent examples of Joseon-era architecture. Visitors can tour the grand halls and beautiful gardens and imagine what life was like for the royals of Korea's last dynasty. Don't miss the chance to see the changing of the guard, which happens at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. each day.
Soul Searching. Discover the capital of South Korea, Part 1.
I can't wait. Are you ready for this?
Very excited.
Okay. South Korea is the land of world-famous pop music and TV dramas. They really have just taken over the world, popular culture.
Yeah, I think it's hard to go without seeing a billboard that is all full of K-pop stars or actors. I think they are taking over
And
the
it
world.
makes me feel old because I can't keep up with everything.
Yeah, it's probably not great for your ego.
Yeah, no. Okay, continuing. A trip to this Asian country should start in its lively capital, Seoul. So that is the capital city. It is very lively. So lively is an adjective, which just means full of life and energy, active and enthusiastic.
Just like you.
me.
Yeah.
And you?
After coffee.
After coffee, okay. You need to get your coffee. I
Yeah,
forgot about
yeah.
that. So for example, you can say, everyone at the party danced to the lively music.
Very good.
Like when you dance?
Yeah, sure.
It's not K-poppy, is it?
No, not very
K-poppy.
K-poppy at all.
Okay.
So continuing, the city is known for its unique mix of traditional culture and modern features, and it has something for everyone. So it'll have something for the young and the old.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
good. I
yeah.
don't feel so left out. I can go to some of the traditional stuff.
Yeah, and I will go to the more modern stuff. Like I like to see probably Blackpink
Oh,
or
okay.
BTS, and you can go to the traditional places like the palaces.
Fair enough.
Continuing, Seoul is home to 5 palaces, and the most impressive one is Gyeongbokgung.
Wow, your Korean is excellent.
Thank you.
Well, I have a question. What exactly is a palace?
Okay, so
Okay.
a palace is a noun, and it is a large building where a ruler resides or lives in. So, for example, the king and queen live in a grand palace.
Ooh, sounds fancy. Okay, continuing. Built in 1395, the palace grounds include over 300 buildings that are excellent examples of Joseon-era architecture. Okay.
What is architecture?
Oh, good question. So architecture is just like the study of basically building stuff. right? Like building buildings, could be building like bridges.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'm pretty sure Taiwan would need very good architecture because of earthquakes.
Oh, right. So
Yeah.
definitely when you are designing buildings, you need to be thinking about the architecture of preventing it from
Earthquakes,
falling over
yeah.
during an earthquake.
Or
right?
yeah. Okay, and continuing. Visitors can tour the grand halls and beautiful gardens and imagine what life was like for the royals of Korea's last dynasty.
Oh, wow. The
Yeah.
royals of the last dynasty. What is a dynasty?
Well, a dynasty is a period of time where members of a family are ruling over a place or a country.
Oh, okay. So a lot of times they'll just call it the name of the family
Yeah.
and then the dynasty,
yeah.
right? Okay. We also have a vocabulary word royal. So a royal is a noun meaning a member of a royal family. And royal as an adjective just means connected with or belonging to the king or queen of a country. So if they're connected to a queen or king of a country, they're called a royal.
That's why they have royal blood.
Right, so that would be an adjective, royal blood. So for example, for the noun, the royals made a rare appearance on a talk show last month.
Very interesting. Okay.
So continuing, don't miss the chance to see the changing of the guard, which happens at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. each day.
I've heard of this. Oh, I would love to see that.
Yeah, so changing the guard is just like they have like people who are the guards, right? And then it's sometime during the day, of course, they need to rest.
Yeah.
So they will go out and it's a bit of a ceremony.
Yeah, I guess they don't just walk on there and switch places.
They do
yeah,
a ceremony.
But I'm probably more professional than that.
Have you been to Korea before?
I've never been, but I would love to go. I love their food.
Oh, yeah. I went to Seoul many years ago.
Really?
Yeah,
Was that when dinosaurs existed?
Yeah, so that's all that was there is pretty much just dinosaurs, and I was just hiding because I didn't want to become dinosaur lunch. No, I was there probably about 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't remember that much because I was in the military at the time, and I spent time in a military base. So, yeah.
I'm sure it's really different now.
Yeah, it must have changed so much. All right, why don't we take a break and learn more about Seoul after the break.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这一次要介绍的旅游地点是南韩的首都 Seoul 首尔。那这个热闹的城市以传统文化跟现代特色的独特融合而闻名。课文就提到说，首尔有5座宫殿，其中最令人印象深刻的是景福宫。那这座皇宫建于1395年，包括300多座的建筑，是朝鲜王朝建筑的绝佳范例。来到这边你可以参观宏伟的厅堂，还有美丽的花园，去想象韩国最后一个王朝的皇室生活样貌。来看单字 lively， 它表示热闹的、生气勃勃的，或是充满活力的，是形容词。那么 palace 它是指皇宫、宫殿。那么皇宫、宫殿是君王统治者住的地方。Winnie 老师他用到 reside 这个动词 reside， 那这个动词表示居住定居的意思。下一个单字 royal， 它是名词，可以指王室成员，这时候是可数名词。它也可以当形容词来描述王室的或是皇家的，在后面加上 ty 变成 royalty， 就可以指王室、皇族、王室成员这样。好，那么这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看这个重点是 be known for 加上名词或动名词，表示以某个特色成就等等而闻名。其中的 known 它是 know 的过去分词，当形容词用，表达说已知的或是知名的。像 Paris is known for its romantic atmosphere， 巴黎以其浪漫氛围而闻名。那补充相关句型是 be known as 加名词，这则是表达被称作什么，公认为什么，以某个身份地位而为人所知。像 Paris is known as the city of light， 巴黎被称作光之城。好，接着回到课文中。
To get a taste of life for the average Korean of the time period, make your way to Bukchon Hanok Village. This neighborhood shows off the charm of historical houses that are called hanok. For an extra touch of authenticity, rent a hanbok, an article of traditional clothing, and take some photos of yourself while you pose among the gracefully aging buildings.
Welcome back, everybody. So before the break, we started learning about Seoul. And so far, we've learned that if you go there, you shouldn't miss the palaces. And you can kind of feel like you're back in time.
Yes. In fact, we have a little tidbit about that.
Okay.
So, to get a taste of life for the average Korean of the time period, make your way to Bukchon Hanok Village. So in this case, okay, we're using average as an adjective, okay? So it means normal or the standard, okay? But we have an example that you can use average in a different way. So for the example, it is the average test score among the students was 72. Okay, so we're using this differently, okay? It is the numerical value when you add the total and divide it by, for example, the number of students. And that is how you find your average.
Oh, okay. So there's different meanings for average as an adjective.
Exactly. You can use it in many different ways.
Okay, great. Continuing, this neighborhood shows off the charm of historical houses that are called hanok.
Oh, so that's a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So a neighborhood is a district or an area of a town, or the people who live there. So for example, you can say they moved to a quiet neighborhood with a lot of parks.
Very cool. Okay. For an extra touch of authenticity, rent a hanbok, an article of traditional clothing, and take some photos of yourself while you pose among the gracefully aging buildings. Okay.
So we say like authenticity, if something is authentic, that means it's like the real thing.
The real deal.
Right?
Yes, very good. Authenticity, okay? Especially when you could even say, oh, that person's not being very authentic. That could mean they're not being themselves. And we always want to be ourselves, right? So in this case, if you really want to get that Korean experience,
the Korean feel, like the real Korean thing.
Yes, you could put on a hanbok, which is their traditional clothing or their traditional garb, and you could really feel that culture, okay? And another focus word that we want to address, gracefully aging buildings.
Just look right here.
Oh.
Look at the movements.
Thank you.
She moves gracefully.
Thank you. So if we're talking about me being graceful, why are we using it on buildings? How can something be gracefully aging?
Well, basically meaning it just means it's aging well.
Right, just like you.
Yes, I'm aging gracefully.
Yes, so when we say something is gracefully aging, okay, that means we don't see mold and weird, asbestos or something.
It still looks new, right? It's been well kept.
Right, and it looks very well put together. So it doesn't look like a haunted house.
It doesn't look like a haunted house. Yeah, because old buildings could be pretty scary looking.
Yeah, those are not gracefully aging.
Okay, well, it looks like there's a lot to see in Korea, but that's all the time we have for today. And we'll see you in part 2 for more about Seoul.
I'm very excited.
Okay, see you next time.
课文接着写到，要体验那个时期韩国平民的生活，就前往北村韩屋村。来到这个街区，你可以租一套韩服，穿着传统服饰，在优雅的老建筑当中自拍。讲到传统服饰 ，Winnie 老师他用到 garb 这个字 ，G-A-R-B。garb 它可以指某种特定样式的服装或是制服。那老师们也聊到说，优雅的老建筑通常不会看到霉菌啊，也不会看起来破破旧旧像闹鬼一样。老师说的 mold M-O-L-D 它就表示霉菌。那么 haunt H-A-U-N-T haunt 可以指鬼魂它出没于哪里呀，纠缠的那种意思。它的过去分词 haunted 就可以形容闹鬼的。好，那么课文单字 average 它是形容一般的、普通的，或是形容平均的。当名词就可以指平均值。好，那么这时候 Winnie 老师他用到 numerical 这个形容词。 N-U-M-E-R-I-C-A-L numerical 是形容数字的。好，我们再看到 neighborhood， 它是指街区、邻近地区或者是住宅区。那么补充单字 authenticity， 它表示真实性、可靠性。那它的形容词是 authentic， 可以形容真实的、真正的或是道地的。好，这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看这个重点是 get a taste of 点点点，或是 have a taste of 点点点，这表示体验、尝试什么什么，后面可以接抽象名词。那 taste 在这边当名词是指短暂的体验或是感受。像 Julie got a taste of fame after her song went viral on social media. Julie 的歌在网络上疯传之后，她体验到成名的滋味。好，那比较一个用法是 get a feel for something 或是 have a feel for something， 这是表达说开始了解、熟悉什么什么。Feel 在这边是当名词，是指对某事物的了解、体会。举例来说 ，After practicing for hours, we started to get a feel for the dance moves. 在练习好几个小时之后，我们开始熟悉这些舞步了。好，那以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
South Korea is the land of world-famous pop music and TV dramas. A trip to this Asian country should start in its lively capital, Seoul. The city is known for its unique mix of traditional culture and modern features, and it has something for everyone. Seoul is home to 5 palaces, and the most impressive one is Gyeongbokgung. Built in 1395, the palace grounds include over 300 buildings that are excellent examples of Joseon-era architecture. Visitors can tour the grand halls and beautiful gardens and imagine what life was like for the royals of Korea's last dynasty. Don't miss the chance to see the changing of the guard, which happens at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. each day. To get a taste of life for the average Korean of the time period, make your way to Bukchon Hanok Village. This neighborhood shows off the charm of historical houses that are called hanok. For an extra touch of authenticity, rent a hanbok, an article of traditional clothing, and take some photos of yourself while you pose among the gracefully aging buildings.
Hey, what's the matter? Why do you look so upset and angry? Are you okay?
Since you've moved in here, I could barely open the door because there's so much garbage on the floor, and it looks like a tornado hit this place. Like, I'm just like constantly angry at you, and you're just like living in my head rent-free.
Well, you know, I did mess up your place just a little bit, but you know, I do pay your rent.
No.
I'm not staying here rent-free.
I'm not saying you stay here rent-free. You pay me a little bit of money, not a lot, but you are living up in here. I am just angry, and you're constantly in my head, and the image of you destroying my place is in my head.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Today, we're going to introduce a new phrase called rent-free.
Does it mean someone who doesn't have to pay the rent?
No, of course
I like the sound
not.
of that.
Okay, for example, have you ever liked someone or something so much you couldn't get them out of your mind?
Of course.
Right? How about, have you ever had someone make you so angry that you kept thinking about them for days?
All the time. Okay.
Well, as the phrase implies, they are living in your head rent-free.
Ah, that makes sense. Are there any other ways to express someone's anger?
Certainly, you can also use the words irritated or annoyed.
Okay.
Like, for example, I got irritated by your rude behavior.
Okay, so you got irritated. What else can you say?
I was so annoyed with you for messing up my place.
Okay, well, thanks for explaining. I promise I'll clean the house, okay? Right now.
Yes, girls, that's all the time we have for today, and we will see you next time.